Another day, another dollar. You know how I grind. It's another episode of the EZ Corner. My guest, one of the most prolific sophomore basketball players, not only in the state of Texas, but in the country. A state champion at Second Baptist. Also, congratulations on the Vite Player of the Year, Mr. Reese. Alston, man, how you doing today, man?
Good.
Man, Reese, we have icebreakers. Obviously, like one of your best friends came on the show
Yeah.
a couple of days ago. So we have icebreakers here on the Easy Corner. So give us something that we don't know about you.
I mean, it's nothing really. I don't do nothing special besides play basketball. Just like to hang out with my friends. And something that people don't know about me really is just like I don't try to make basketball like the main thing in my life. Like I try to hang out with friends a lot, hang out with family, and just enjoy life. Cause I know like down the road that basketball is gonna get really important. So just want to enjoy it right while I can.
There's a fun question I want to ask. One-on-one. You as a sophomore versus your dad right for Alston as a sophomore. Who wins that game in a one-on-one game? Going to 7.
I mean, I'm taking me because he says he was really good as a sophomore. I've yet to see clips. I think I'm taller than he was as a sophomore. But I don't know. They just say he was really good, but I haven't seen clips or anything. But I believe he was pretty good as a sophomore. But I'm still taking me.
Are you one of those guys that showed me the evidence I need to see?
Yeah.
As a sophomore, okay, obviously you haven't seen clips, but what you heard, is there one thing that you think that he does better than you as a sophomore?
I mean, it's probably a little bit faster. And I guess his like toughness, like his competitiveness. That's really it.
So it's funny you're not gonna give him the handle?
I feel like we're the same right now.
But like he's like arguably the greatest ball handler ever. Skip till I lose. So like, does he?
I mean, maybe a little bit, but I do feel like we're like as a sophomore, we're probably on the same ball handle level. But his handles probably got better as time went on.
Okay, I got you. Talk about basically, we're here on the Easy Corner, so like just talk about like obviously like your upbringing. Talk about like where did this journey of life kind of start for you?
I mean, it started ever since I was little, 3 years old. Just see my dad playing basketball, said I wanted to do it, and I know I played for fun all the way to like 6th grade, 5th grade, just playing AAU with my friends. But then like 7th, 8th grade, it got serious, so I knew that had to put in the work, had to put in the time in the gym. So just having my dad helped me a lot.
Talk about the relationship with you and your pops, because like at the end of the day, when we see him coach you or see him in the stands, that Alston name carries a lot of weight. They know that when you go out there, there is a target on your back every time. What's like the relationship between you and pops?
I mean, it's a pretty good relationship, a great relationship actually. I know off the court, we don't always talk about basketball, just talk about life things, teaches me a lot. But on the court, I know that everything he tells me is going to be right. So if I hear him in the stands, like usually I don't hear anyone else in the stands talk to me in student section or anything, but if I hear his voice, I know to look in the stands for him. And when he's coaching me, I know that everything he's going to tell us is right. So
the importance of family. What do they mean to you? Because like obviously we just seen your mom. We know that she's at every game. Your brother Jordan, who brings the energy. Like I just think that like as good as you are, the way that he markets you it makes you almost believe that you're one of the best players in the country. The way that he kind of cuts for you, because I have brothers and sisters, but I don't know if there is a guy that when we see always in the stance, the energy. I could almost give him credit for almost winning you that Woodlands Christian game,
Yeah.
for telling the student sections we need more noise.
Yeah.
So just talk about the importance of your family on just what you've been through, not just on the court, but also off the court.
I mean, it definitely helps. You know that they're always gonna have your back when times get rough and when times are good. Like you said, Woodlands Christian game. In the moment, I was like, "What are you doing?" It's just like, "Come on, dog." But looking back on it, it definitely helped us. It got them lit and like.
But you know that's him though.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, are you surprised? Like, I can't believe you'll be like, "Oh, what you doing?" Like,
I mean, not really. But it's like he just like went to the student section. I didn't pay attention in the game. But then I seen the clips after, and I was like, wow. Like,
just talk about your passion for the game, because like it kind of just comes out in different ways. Like, you can beat people in a lot of ways. Not only your scoring ability, your ability not even to but to play defense on the defensive end, and obviously your playmaking ability. Like, there was a game that you had 27 and 14, 27 points, 14 assists. Like, just talk about your passion to always find ways to get better, because year in and year out, your game has elevated. Talk about it.
I mean, it just comes from wanting to be great, wanting to be great in life, to glorify God and show what my family has done for me. So it was just, I use it for basketball. So he talked about my passion on the court, just being a great teammate. I just want to be the teammate that my teammates talk about to their kids. So just being a great teammate on and off the court. On the court, just helping them find ways to score. I've been taught that to win games, you don't always have to score 20 or whatever, like you said, 27-14. Just the 27 points just came. But I know that the 14 assists, I really tried. I really took heart in that to find my players.
What kind of teammate do you believe that you are?
I feel like off the court, I feel like I'm a funny teammate, great teammate that you can just always hang around with. But I know in practice, I know they hate me because scrimmages, it's just the most competitive ones. I make sure that they don't skip anything, weight room or anything. But I feel like I'm a great teammate during games. I feel like I'm a great leader. And they can always count on me.
Talk about when did it kind of click for you that I'm getting better and better, I'm seeing the results I wanted. When did it click for you, like knowing that you're one of the top players in the country?
I would say freshman year, had a few ups and downs. Mm-hmm. So I knew that summer I had to have a big summer in AAU. So I would say definitely AAU. Definitely last tournament when hit the buzzer in overtime.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, that's when I knew that.
Take me back when like you started playing AAU competitively. Just take me back when you knew like, oh, it's go time. Talk about the beginning, of your AAU / like elementary middle school career.
I played with Tracy McGrady's team.
One-time legend.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we were GR Sports. Played with them.
Glass and Run.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Yes.
They're my coach. Yeah. Played with them. Played with TJ Ford.
Okay.
Played with Night Riders.
Okay.
And then my dad took over of our Night Riders team. That's when he made it RA Elite.
RA Elite.
That's when we found all the players. And then
Go ahead and name them.
We had, when it first started, it was me. Mm-hmm. I remember Aiden Clark.
Okay.
I remember JD, Jadarian Williams.
Okay.
And I know Broderick came a little later.
Yeah.
We had Amari Vickerson. He's a football player now.
Yeah.
Jordan Goffney.
Okay. The one at Episcopal.
Yeah. We had... looking back on the pictures, I could tell you.
Okay, I got you.
But I remember our first tournament. My dad, I forgot where he took us. But I just remember our first game, got smacked by 20, 30. He was just telling us, that's going to happen. We were all crying on the court and stuff. He always talks about how our first game together, we just got killed, was crying. So I just remember that.
What when you talk about that, what was your dad trying to teach you in that moment?
Definitely that it's never gonna be easy, and they had to put in the work, but just to get tougher, because as little kids, you're not always the toughest. So I feel like at a young age, he was just teaching us, all the coaches were just teaching us that we have to be tough. It's part of greatness, be tough. So
Talk about middle school years with Thornton Middle School. Obviously, the 7th grade district champions. Talk about that year and kind of what you were doing and just seeing like this is kind of the glimpse of a little bit of the future.
yeah,
Talk about that time.
7th grade year,
Yeah.
it's probably it was definitely one of my best years, hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
It was actually 6th grade. It was COVID, so I didn't go to school.
Yeah.
I was online school, so it was my first year in middle school. I didn't know what to expect, but the basketball season came around. Hung out with Alvin, hung out with all my friends, and we were just very close on the court. It was me, Alvin, and Josiah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was us three. We had our friends that just played. Yeah, and we won.
Did you play football too?
Yeah, 7th grade.
How was that?
I was nice. I was nice.
Why does every basketball player live at night? What position?
Cornerback.
Corner-
My favorite was cornerback. I played both. I had the
Okay.
most picks in the district.
Talk to how much?
We played 6 games. I had a pick in almost every game, so 5 picks.
5
I remember
picks.
one game I dropped one.
So you were more. So what kind of corner were you? Were you more of a? Did you hit or did you?
No. That's why I stopped. That's why I stopped. It was I wasn't afraid. I just didn't want to do it. I just wanted to play defense and catch the ball. That's all I wanted to do.
So you say you let the district, but that means y'all must have won district for football. Thornton always wins district.
Nah,
football.
we lost actually. That was pretty nice. It was pretty nice.
Who?
Missouri City.
Oh.
We lost. We lost 7th grade year.
And 8th grade year.
8th grade year, we lost to them too. When I stopped playing, we had lost.
Hold on. Did you play 8th grade year football?
No.
What happened? They needed you probably.
I know. But
That's when you
I
started-
forgot. That's when I just dedicated that football season to working out. So
Okay.
for the 8th grade basketball season.
So Mo City
Yeah.
has.
It was pretty nice actually. I
Yeah,
remember.
Mo City was in your door. So we talk about the 7th grade year for basketball. Just talk about how fun that was at that time.
It was pretty fun. I feel like just like every team, we were pretty close off the court. Just going to school, everyone would talk about the basketball game.
Yeah.
So we'll play on Wednesdays. That Thursday, everyone would talk about the game. We'll just always talk about the game. And football and basketball was one of the biggest sports at Thornton. So everyone came to the games and stuff.
Talk about the rivalry with Baines.
It was crazy. 7th grade year, stadium was packed at Rich Point.
Yes, I was there. I was at
And I
that.
remember I came out, had 36.
36. That's when you knew it was personal.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So just talk about 36 in 7th grade in the big game. Have you always been a big game performer? Because Reese, I can't lie. I don't know if I've really seen you fail in a big game. So what kind of just consumes you when it's time for a big game?
Really just knowing I have to play hard. It's not going to be like any other game. You can't treat it like any other game. So I'm definitely nervous, like Woodlands game, playoff game, so nervous overtime. Or when we was on the last possession, had to get a stop. I was definitely nervous, but my mindset wasn't on nervousness. It was just knowing I had to get a stop, I had to win the game and be there for my teammates. So I just feel like every big game, I have that mindset. So there's definitely been big games where I underperformed, but I feel like I learned from those, and ever since then, every big game I had, I feel like I played good.
There's a person that you've mentioned, a guy that's kind of been by your side a lot, one of your best friends. Obviously, we just interviewed him a couple of days ago, Mr. Alvin Mosley. Just talk about him in a sense on the friendship, the brotherhood that you guys have, and also as a competitor, because he thinks so highly of you. He's called you the best player in the city, really the best player in the state of Texas. To see what he's doing as a dual sport athlete, what do you say about Mr. Alvin Mosley?
Ever since I met him in 6th grade, we've kind of been close ever since. We've done everything together. You see us on AAU,
Yeah.
see us on middle school teams. And definitely a great player, football and basketball. I think it was like these past couple months he's been getting offers in both. And I just like knew that his time was coming because I knew he was a great player on both. And yeah, just really great person. We do everything together. So just very close.
I got a question. Oh, can you stop him from going left?
Yes, he knows this. 8th grade year, we used to morning gym class.
Yes.
It used to be scrimmages.
Yes.
It used to get so competitive, like just super competitive. Yes. And I just knew that he wanted to go left, but he does still get to the left.
Yes. I
feel like I can stop him.
How do you stop it then? How do you cut him off, or like, because like with his athleticism, because you know he's physical.
Yeah.
So what's the keys to stopping Alvin Mosley?
I don't think he wants me to tell everybody. I know how to do it.
Okay, that's
I just know he wants. I just know he wants to be physical all the time, and yeah.
What kind of competitiveness does he bring out of you, and what competitiveness do you bring out of him?
For like the competitive I bring out of him is just like him having to work on his weaknesses. I feel like I knew his weaknesses every time we played, and I just made him use that. And he's always been like stronger than me since like 7th, 8th grade. So he's just like roughing me up, getting me tough. So that's what he brought, the competitiveness he brought out of me.
Now you're transitioning into it. So we go. No, we skipped out. We all honestly skipped 8th grade. 8th grade year. You guys, you lost by a half-court shot in the playoffs. So just talk about your 8th grade year, because everybody thought you guys are destined to repeat.
Yeah.
But just talk about 8th grade year.
8th grade year, we had pretty much the same team. We all gotten better. Great season. We lost one game. We lost to First Colony. We shouldn't have lost. And oh no, just that game, Alvin got hurt. Yeah. He like broke his hand or something.
Yeah, his wrist.
He tried to play.
Yeah.
Then he hurt it again during the game. So then me and Josiah, we kind of took over. And then just got down to the last play. He just threw it up and made it. But that year, it was pretty fun still. It's pretty fun year, yeah.
Still fun. So 9th grade year, you end up going to Second Baptist. Talk about the decision in going to Second Baptist. What about Second Baptist made the right fit for you?
Really just, it was a Christian school. That was the main thing. The academics is pretty good. It's very good there. And then just creating my own path. Okay. Like, I know I wanted to go to Ridge Point with all my friends. I know everyone there, a lot of people there. But I just knew that going there, it would help me a lot. So just, that was the decision. And then the coach, he was pretty good. And the basketball team was pretty good there.
You talk about it being a Christian school. How important is your faith to you, knowing that you've been blessed to receive everything that you've gotten as far as like academically? Like there's no question that you're not going to school for free, and like everything that that you've done. How important? What plays the role in faith in your life?
Just my mom always taught me about it. My parents. And I just grew up around Christian people, God, and just I know I've been blessed with a great talent and just using it to glorify Him in the way I play.
Other than basketball, Reese, like just talk about your personality and what you stand for and kind of what you believe in. Like, what kind of person is Reese Alston?
Definitely a funny person. Definitely just want to get away from basketball a lot. Just playing outside with my friends, doing stuff with my friends, and just a really fun personality, really.
9th grade year, here comes Second Baptist. Then you roll in. You roll into Second Baptist. We know that you're the heralded freshman that gets here. So, like, obviously, now you're at Second Baptist. As you assess things, your first day in there, what do you think?
First day. Oh, first day, it was a workout. I seen like 6'8" bigs, 6'7", like Dylan Thompson,
Michael Lole.
Michael Alali,
Yeah.
all of them. And I was just definitely pretty nervous, definitely skinny 5'10" freshman just coming in. And the coach told me that just how I'd have to run the team from first game. So all the preseason games, just working on my leadership, even though it's older guys, just learning how to control the team. And for like the preseason, we went to Rice camp, U of H camp, all that, and that definitely prepared me for the season.
When did the older guys kind of start buying in, like, oh, this freshman is for real?
Ever since I got there,
Okay.
I never really got treated like a freshman, really,
Okay.
except like off the court, definitely. But on the court or in practices, they definitely respected me. I don't know, they just took me in, and I was grateful for it.
Can you talk about Second Baptist Gym? Because I think you guys got one of the best gyms in the city. Just talk about like when that gym is like fully loaded and everybody is there. I think it's one of the best places in the way it looks at a lot of private schools. I've been to a lot of private schools. I don't know if anybody really compares to Second Baptist, maybe other than Episcopal.
Yeah.
But like Second Baptist is one of the best gyms. Just talk about it.
What's crazy was when I first seen it, or like a couple weeks in, I didn't really like it.
Okay.
But as the season went on, you have the scoreboard on top, you have the track. It's just, I don't know, it's just a good, and when it's packed out, it gets loud.
It gets loud.
Yeah.
Is it more playoff feel? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely this year, like we just, like we started doing all the stuff with the student section and stuff. And I feel like we've brought in more crowd, bigger crowds than last year. I feel like Coach Land has really helped with that.
Your freshman year, you in the postseason, you lose by a buzzer beater. So like almost back-to-back years.
Yeah.
You're losing at a buzzer beater. Are you a jinx?
Nah. I feel like both of those games, I definitely feel like I could have done better. Like last year, we had 9 points, couple assists. I feel like I could do better than that. 8th grade year, I forgot what I didn't do anything. So I feel like it's just I definitely underperformed in those playoff games, and just I knew like this year it'd have to be different.
How much expectations do you have for yourself? Because I know a lot of people put expectations on you. What's the expectations for yourself when you walk between those lines and ready to go to war and play basketball?
Really not a lot. I don't like to set the bar high for me. I just know that I have to go out, play hard, play for my team, and like I said, it's a lot of different ways. Everyone wants to score, everyone wants to have the highlight plays, but there's definitely other ways to win the game. So just whatever it takes to win the game.
You losing in the state championship, or state semifinals,
Yeah,
a year ago.
semifinal, yeah.
The state semifinals a year ago. Did it propel you and fuel you to have the summer that you had?
Most definitely.
So now we're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Summertime, the fun stuff. Coos Elite 15U Pro 16 Puma circuit. Before we get to the run, let's just kind of just talk about your team, because obviously your dad, the head coach of the team, Broderick is playing, Alvin Mosley is playing, a plethora of other guys is playing. Just talk about your Coos Elite team right now.
It's definitely a great team. I feel like going into that season, we knew. I mean, it definitely wasn't UIBL, definitely wasn't 3SSB at the time. So we thought it was gonna be easy. We thought we had a great team for it. But first game, we lost to SA Future. I want to say by like 4, and we just knew that we had to come different. So that season, I feel like during practice, we definitely put in a lot of work, and I feel like we're just a scrappy team. We go play fast. You would never see us holding the ball, never see us not trapping on defense. So I feel like that helps us even for an undersized team as we were last year.
You say that it wasn't EYBL. You say it wasn't really 3SB. I've told people, in my opinion, Pro 16 may have been the second best circuit in the country because
Oh yeah,
right next to
yeah.
EYBL.
As the season went on in Puma, I feel like you had Chris Nat, Eli Ellis, Kingston
Yes.
Flemings. You had all those players blowing it up, and I feel like Puma did a good job of knowing that that's what they had to do to get to the number 2 spot in the circuit. So as the year went on, I feel like it definitely got its fame or whatever you want to call it that it got.
Did you guys think last year, your 15U team, were you guys the best team in the city as 15U team?
Uh, we definitely felt that later on in Puma. So I feel like, yeah, we did.
Just talk about the Puma circuit a little bit, like you said, like you mentioned the great names, but how surprising were you that the turnout that it became, knowing all these college coaches are really coming to see a lot of these top players play, even streaming games on
Yeah.
Peacock with big games. Just talk about how they kind of just changed the landscape of circuit basketball.
I mean, it was definitely a surprise. I didn't expect how many college coaches there was. I remember we weren't playing, but our 17s were playing in Memphis, and we played. We went over to their game. They were playing. And I've seen a whole bunch of college coaches, a whole bunch of big name schools. So I knew it was definitely different. They were playing Team Mello, and it was a big game. Or no, they were playing Isaac Ellis or
Okay.
Eli Ellis and them.
That's the one where you
Yeah,
get the game.
yeah. We were at that game. We had played, and at that time they put the 17s and 15s on a different court, so we didn't have the college coaches at that time. They did, so it was like a crazy game. It was a big game.
So just talk about the Coos organization as a whole, because I feel like you guys made the right fit because of the way that you guys play. Like Coos Elite, they've been around and they've been a overachieving team to finally get the respect
Yeah.
is in the just due, because I define Coos Elite as getting it out the mud, but it's led by one of the best organizational directors in PJ Cousinard. I think that he's one of the guys that is a real guy, but that will do anything for his kids. Even though I know he's not coaching an AAU team, I know how involved he is
Yeah.
with that team, because that Coos Elite brand is one of the best brands in the city. Just talk about the organization of Coos Elite as a whole.
Definitely a great organization. Coach PJ does a great job. He helps me a lot. He helps me with the college coaches and all that. Helps all of us really. I know there's a lot of greats that came. Jalen Waddle actually played
Jalen
for
Waddle,
Coos Elite.
yes.
You have a couple people in college right now that play for Coos Elite.
Ruben Jones, Jahari Long,
all
D.A.
those.
Houston, yes.
Yeah, so definitely have a great background history, and I feel like we're just another team that's gonna be named later on.
Now we kind of get to the good stuff. The run that made you guys Pro 16, 15U champs. The very first Pro 16 Puma 16 champs. Talk about that run, because I just watched the video before on how you guys were really counted out.
Yeah.
People didn't expect you guys to win. Before we kind of get to the run, what was your pop's message to the team before the run started?
We knew that we're a good team, even though other people didn't see it. We definitely had close games before, so we knew those teams were coming back to look for us. But yeah, like you said, we were counted out. So he was just telling us that we're gonna have to play different than everyone else. We're gonna have to play harder. We're gonna have to play tougher, and that they're not really counting on us. So he definitely helped us change our mindset on how we're gonna approach the tournament.
Take pops out of the equation. Obviously, there's probably some type of Coos Elite group messages. What is the message as amongst the players going into now it's time to shock the world?
Yeah.
So talk about, what did you say? What guys like Alvin say, Broderick say? What is the conversation between group? Because sometimes as players, it's not even about coaching. It's going to be on us. Coach is not out there passing the ball, dribbling the ball, or shooting the ball. It's on us. What do you say as a leader to your team going into a tournament like that to getting a goal accomplished?
Oh, what's crazy is that we didn't really say anything. We're just that close that we knew what we had to do. We knew that we were gonna have to play tough, play hard, and yeah, we just didn't really say anything. We're just that connected, so we just knew what we just had to do.
How many rounds did you guys have to play to win it?
To win it,
Yeah.
4.
4. So talk before I get to the championship game, because that's the important piece. Talk about those first 3 rounds, and you know that it's going to be tough. Talk about that.
First game, we're number 2 seed, so you're playing one of the lower seeds.
Yeah.
So it was really just still come out, play hard, don't overlook them, because a lot of things happen. So came out first game, won by 20. It was a whole bunch of college coaches, like Kentucky was there watching it. So won by 20. Went back, rested, came back. We played the next day. We played, I want to say, we played this one team from like Oregon or whatever. They were pretty good. They had this one dude.
Yeah.
He was like nice.
Yeah.
But we still came out with the win, played hard again. And we were just playing together the whole tournament. Then we played Southern Ties. We played them already in the regular season or whatever. And we won by like 6, 7 or whatever. And then played them again. And that they came out a different game plan. Definitely a tougher game, but came out won by like 15.
Okay.
So that was a good game. And then we played Pack. Oh, so it was 5 rounds. We played Pack. We didn't have our best game. We won by like 1. So it was a tough game.
I would say that too. Do you believe like in tournaments like that, you need to win games like that when you're not at your best? Talk about a game like that, knowing that you guys were at your best, but you guys were able to still win.
Definitely that game, we definitely had to come together as a team. So that's when we talked to each other as a players, like do amongst the players that we need to come out. Like, we're not playing good. Like, we played all right the first half, up like 6. Second half, they just went on crazy runs. Like, my dad always tells us that, like, they're going to make crazy shots. I remember, like, one dude it was a loose ball. We all dove for it. He caught it. It was like the volleyball line, shot it, made it. Whole crowd going crazy. Now we're down 1. And we just had to come together as a team. And we definitely had a good game plan. Or timeouts. We definitely had a good game plan coming out the timeout. So we came back. We had scored. We got to stop. So now we're up 1.
Yeah.
So we got fouled.
Yeah.
Made 1 free throw. So now it's 2. We're up 2. They have the ball. And we got to stop to win.
So that's the Pack game.
Yeah.
Now you're on to the 4th round. 4th round. What it's like?
That's actually the championship.
Championship.
Yeah.
So championship day. You guys played team-ish.
Yeah.
Team-ish. At one point, you guys were down 14. What's the speech that somebody is giving you in the championship game? Like, what really kind of turned it on?
I remember it was like a free throw. Like I said, down 14. I just remember one of the players like saying like, "Don't give up," like, cause like we started to like slow down, started to take bad shots, all that. You know how it is when you're down like 14.
Yeah.
2 minutes left, you think it's over. So we're just saying, "Don't give up." We're definitely mad, but just saying, "Don't give up." And then I remember like Chris and Alvin, they were at the front of the press. Chris, Clay, and Alvin, they're at the front of the press, and I just remember they went on like a 6-0 run themselves. So now we're down 8.
Yeah.
So now it's like 1:30 left, down 8 or whatever. And then we just come back from there, got stops.
Your dad said one of the quote that I remember, because I watched that video too many times. Yeah. Excuse my language. Down 10 with 2 minutes left. Your dad goes in the huddle. We walk their ass down. Now let's go win this thing. When your dad is that emotional, and when your dad starts kind of coaching, like he's seeing you guys are out for blood, how do you guys respond to that?
It definitely gave us a lot of energy, because when he's on us, when he's yelling at us, telling us to do things, we kind of like get mad, or like like not mad, but like
Yeah.
like when the coach gets mad at
Yeah.
you, you don't like take it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we kind of felt. But when he says stuff like that, when he's happy for us, it definitely boosts our energy. I feel like we came out in overtime, ready to go.
Down 10 with 2 minutes left to force it into overtime. Was there a sense that even though the game is still going on and like obviously it's still like a winnable game for both teams, is there a sense like we got them?
Definitely when Alvin and Chris, I remember it's definitely on the videos. They had like got all these steals, and then that we got our energy back. I remember they had scored. It was like we thought it was a dagger or whatever. So, but then we came back. We came back down. I hit a 3. So I think we were down like 7 or 4 when I hit the 3, like 30 seconds ago. We got a couple more stops. I remember it was last play down 2. I came off the screen. I passed it to Broderick. Pump fake layup. Or I had the wide open shot, but I passed it to him because he had the layup. So he pump fake scored. We were all hyped. And then they called timeout. And we just needed one stop.
Yeah.
I think that's when he said that.
Yeah.
That's when he said that. And we got to stop and win in overtime.
So Puma, overtime, 1st to 4, wins the game. 1st to 4, so it's just more like sudden death. 1st to 4, overtime. Was there any whispers in your ear like, Reese, go win this game?
Yeah.
Who delivers that message to you? Reese, go win the game.
I don't know. It's definitely myself. Definitely all the work that I put in that summer.
Yeah.
Every day. And I remember I caught the ball off of the jump ball. I didn't know what to do. So I just called for a pick, came off, passed it. He drove. I got it. I got it back.
Yeah.
They left me open. I shot it, made it.
3.
Yeah. So now we just need one more point.
Final play of the game.
They came down.
Yeah.
We fouled them. They were in the bonus. They made 1.
Yeah.
So now we have the ball. Now we can't. Now that final play of the game, top of the key.
Do you know you taking it? Does everybody know that you're taking it like, hey.
I stood there with the ball.
Yes,
watch out. Just called for a screen.
Yeah.
Rejected the screen. I went, seen the dude in the corner, looked him off. He went to the corner. Left hand layup.
Left hand. Game.
Yeah.
Game. I do this. That's exactly your words. I do this. With a feeling like that, left layup, I do this. Everybody's crowding you. First Puma champs, Pro 1650U champs. What is and you were named the MVP of that game. Talk about that moment right there. And at that moment, I know you probably don't think about it, but I know when you look at it, do you feel like you were stamped across the country with a performance like that?
Yeah, most definitely. I remember like when I was on the floor, the ball was dudes going all around the hoop. I was like, come on, go in. I seen it go in. That's when everyone came around me. I was like, wow, like I actually did this. So then that's when I said I do this. Definitely. And definitely when I got named MVP, I feel like it did stamp me.
Yeah, were you one of the best players in the country? Because right now, Reese, as I see you right now, it's still humble, but I think the confidence is still there that, to me, and excuse my language, I got to say it in the camera because I want to say this. Right now, it looks like you don't really give a fuck about the state. It's really about being one of the best in the country. And I think that you're on that level. I think you have every right to think that way because of what you've done this summer. And honestly, not even this summer, what you've done for almost a calendar year in 2025. I'm going to say it. Reese Alston is one of the best players in the country. So, like, is that the way that you're feeling right now, that your confidence is at an all-time high, that no matter who's in front of you, no matter what classification it is, that that you can get the best out of anybody in the country?
Yeah, most definitely. I just know that, like, it definitely shows because I know the work that I put in to say that I am, for people to say that. And I feel like just definitely the work. I'm definitely humble about it. Just want to keep putting in work. But you definitely have like other great players.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm definitely up there with them.
What are your goals? Just short term, long term. We obviously know college basketball, NBA. We know that, but like here in this short term, what else room did you feel like you need to get better at it? Like, what are your goals in the short term?
Um, really just want to be an all around player. Like you said, like we said, we are talking before, like my defense. I feel like I want to pick that up. And then there's definitely goals. Definitely this summer, defend our title. Next year, win state, and definitely just all the awards that every high school kid wants. Like how I got Player of the Year. Definitely a blessing, and yeah. So just McDonald's All American. Just want to win 2 more state championships and have big summers again.
Because right now, I would say I've been watching Houston high school basketball forever. Everybody calls me the historian. You're on pace on building a resume on a case of one of the best players to come out of this state. Because as a sophomore, doing it early as a state champion, and one thing that I tell people all the time, and I want to tell you, even though the state championship is at a private school level, I'm never going to degrade that because playoff experience is playoff experience.
Yeah.
Like I told everybody, Jaden Holt, for the guard for Katie Jordan, played at Episcopal his freshman year.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell me that playoff experience and that state championship at Episcopal did not kind of help him go through Katie Jordan's playoff run like he did. So, like, kind of just talk about you winning in private school when people kind of try to knock it. But I always believe that the same people who are talking about the private school will still take you as their starting point guard in a public school.
Yeah.
So just kind of just talk about that, like the way that you weight that state champion, because I think that your Second Baptist team is not afraid to go up against nobody.
I definitely say that we're just a great team. Like Coach Land does a great job of preparing us for games, and you can't really say that private school like playoff it doesn't count or whatever.
Yeah.
We won by 9 in overtime. Went into overtime. It was a close game. Last year, the same thing. In St. Francis, they went back to back. So people trying to say like all that, but they're a great team also. Nigel Walls, John LeBoy, and all of them.
Yeah.
So it's great teams that just know how to play basketball.
Bo Ogden.
Yeah, St. Michael's.
Yeah.
And Parish Episcopal is pretty good too.
Yeah.
So it's just great teams against like other teams that haven't had that experience yet.
This year, 10th grade year, what you've kind of accomplished. First off, talk about Coach Land and what he's kind of done for your game. And like I said earlier to you, you've shown more growth of a leadership. Talk about the season that you had this year under Coach Land, and just talk about Coach Land as well.
Coach Land is a great coach, but also a great person. He was the one that definitely told me that this year I would definitely have to be more of a leader, and that the team is going to do what I do. The team is going to play how I play. So if I'm playing great, the team's going to play great. So he was just teaching me that, like, because I didn't really see it at first couple practices, but he just like told me that I'm the leader, that everyone looks at me, everyone looks up to me in practice, how I work out, my work ethic. So he was just teaching me how I have to be a leader this year, and he's just a great coach, great person off the court.
Just talk about your teammates this year, knowing that, they stepped up in a big way. Just talk about, like, where you wouldn't kind of be without them, knowing that, like, obviously, a lot of focus comes to you, got game planning, like, we have to stop Reese Alston. But talk about the others, the unsung heroes of Second Baptist.
They definitely need their recognition, but I feel like we're just so close off the court that we do everything together, that it translates on the court, that we never had moments on the court where we were arguing, and if we did, we made it up all the time. Practices were special with each other, and I just knew that I'm going to need my teammates this year, that later, like beginning of the season, people didn't notice, but later in the year that they would have the game plan around me. So I knew that was going to come, so I knew that I would need my teammates. I was just telling them that, like, I'm going to need y'all. So we got in the gym, went to the weight room, and I just did everything with them.
Name some of them, to be exact.
Definitely, you have Shia Francis, Will Goolsby, shooter. Michael Pratt was very good. And then you have people like Cannon Toon, he's a quarterback, but he came on a basketball court. He's definitely a good player. You have Mav, another shooter. Aaron, he's like 6'4", big. He can shoot. So I feel like Coach Land really helped us. He definitely did a lot of shooting drills for us. And And then Jude Brown, just like a physical player, even though you might overlook him, the teams try to ISO him, but I can only remember one time where a team ISO'd him and it worked. So he's definitely a great defender. And our defense was really good this year, very disciplined.
Just talk about the playoff run. Obviously, like a year ago, you lost in the state semifinals at a half court shot to the Woodlands Christian.
No, it was like a layup.
A layup to the Woodlands Christian.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Talk about what was your message to your team this year about getting it done.
It wasn't really my message. It was like 4 of us that played last year, 3 of us. So we played Woodlands January, and the playoffs were in February. So we played them, we beat them, but we knew that they were going to come different in the playoffs. So that whole district, we kind of just focused on what we need to do to get better because we still knew we had room to improve. So that whole district, we definitely locked in on practices and games because the district wasn't that good, but we still had to focus. And then we definitely knew that we were going to go deep in the playoffs, but we had to see Woodland's second round. So we had that game circled as players, but Coach Lane just time. So those practices were definitely intense going into playoffs.
The Woodlands Christian game at St. Thomas, I felt like you took it real personal against another fellow Coos Elite guard in Trey Pinkard. Like the way that he can still hit shots, but the way that you almost felt responsible that, I got to make the stops on him. Like it's going to be on me. And then your offensive performance hitting big shots down the stretch. Talk about that game and when you're locked in like that defensively and making big shots.
It wasn't personal with him. It was personal that's the whole rivalry between Second Baptist and Woodlands before I even got there. So the seniors, my freshman year, taught me about that rivalry and all that. So we lost to them last year. So I knew that it was playoff time. They played great in playoffs, watching film. So I just knew that we'll have to play great. And I was just thinking that he's one of their best offensive players, skilled players that can hit shots like you said. So I just knew that week of practice I really locked in on my defense. And then going into the game, my just focus was defense. Second came offense.
One thing that I do want to kind of chime in on is Coach Jason. Obviously, he coaches at Coos Elite, but he was at the Woodlands Christian. He's the Woodlands Christian head coach. What does he tell you after the game?
We definitely have a good relationship. It was just he told me good game, coach. Last year it was the same thing, but definitely during the game it was definitely personal. They beat me and couldn't go out like that again. So
when you guys talk about your fans that game and how important it was because that overtime game was a pretty crazy game.
I mean, it was definitely crazy. It was definitely louder and more people than we all expected. The student section came.
But I'll say this, but I'm sorry to cut you off. The one thing that I think that reason why more people came to that game, because it was a playoff game on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think you guys were probably the only game in town. So everybody was coming to that game. So I really think that game as an advantage, it being on a Saturday, people not working, it is at 2:30 right there at Midtown, at St. Thomas University. So just talk about it.
I mean, we knew as players it was going to be lit, and we had lit games the whole year, so we just knew that was going to be lit. The school didn't schedule any other games that day, so we just had our own game that day, and we just knew that was going to be a crazy game, and we went into overtime. Or the stop, when they were holding the ball for the last play, they kept calling timeouts, and that message just we're not going out like this again because the same thing happened last year. They held the ball, got it, and scored. So it was just the 3 players that were there, we just had our own talk, we can't go out like this again. So put me on Trey, and I just knew I had to lock in. And then we went into overtime, and it was crazy.
State semifinals, eventually state champions. When you look on hindsight on everything that you've been through, knowing that you're back, you're in a state championship game. What are your feelings?
I mean, it was definitely great. It was a great crowd on both ends. But I feel like our whole team, we were straight. We just took it as a normal game because those days before, even if you may look at it, we won by 20 both games.
Yeah.
But the preparation we put in, like at the hotel, we had walkthroughs outside in the parking lot, like before we played them. So I just feel like Coach Land did a good job of preparing us. We had film sessions after we played the semifinal game. We had to stay in Waco to play another game the next day. So we watched the team that we were going to play, had film, had walkthrough at night before we played them of what they do. Then we had walkthrough in the morning before we went. So as a team, we went in. We knew we were prepared, and we just executed the game plan.
When you finally win a state championship, is it a sense of relief or is it almost like a sense of enjoyment?
It was definitely both. That's all we talked about the whole year. That was definitely one of our goals of coming back and winning a state championship and doing it for the seniors, definitely. So it was definitely a feeling of enjoyment and relief knowing that we actually did it. So,
in the calendar year, is this one of like almost the greatest year of your life, knowing that you almost just conquered a Puma championship and then now could conquer the state champion? Is there any year that tops this year of what you've done?
Not really. Like all like the winning and stuff, definitely. Like over the year, like 2024 to 2025, that like year, summer and school ball, definitely. Basketball wise, yeah.
Do you feel still slightly underrated in the country, and if you do, what do you feel like you need to do to kind of garner the respects to get placed where I believe you need to be placed?
It's definitely 50-50 because I know it's definitely I can still improve like always, but it's just like I know that I definitely could be higher, and like I don't really care about rankings and all that, but when like you do like take that into account when you see it, so it's definitely just like makes you want to work harder to be up there.
Give me some of the music you listen to before the games.
Before the game,
Yeah.
as a team, I don't like it might be weird, but I don't like how people are like super focused before games,
Yeah.
but like me, I'm the opposite. Like, I had my two teammates, we were just like not joke around, but we weren't like so locked into the game.
Okay.
Like
You
cause
gotta play loose.
Yeah. Cause like I'm definitely nervous before games, like big games. So I like to just run around my teammates. Definitely just. But then, like a couple minutes before game time, we had the big speaker. We would listen to Bobby Shmurda,
Yeah.
Kodak Black, and Chief Keef.
Okay. Give me 4 2027s that you would run with in the city against anybody.
Run with
Yeah.
like on my team.
Yeah.
Definitely. Wait, in Texas.
No.
Texas.
Well, give me in the city, but you can run with anybody.
In the city.
Yeah. 2027s.
Does like Dallas and them count or just
No.
Houston?
We're not gonna count Dallas.
All right. Me,
Yes.
Alvin, Broderick. Then you definitely need like two bigs. Trying to think. Malachi's a good player.
Okay. Malachi Booker from St. John's.
Who else? I mean, I want to put one of my Coos players up, like my Coos teammates up there.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm probably gonna put like Cam Martin on my team. Yeah.
Okay, so you say you'll run with them. Give me your top 5 2027s in the city. In the city, top 5.
Not in order. Definitely me.
Yes. You know what? If it's in order, you are number 1. I ain't gonna lie.
Me. Broderick's definitely a good player. He gets underrated a lot.
Yeah.
Alvin would definitely be up there. But I feel like he's top 5 in the city in football also.
It doesn't matter. Like that's not his
right.
fault.
So you got to give him one of them.
Reese, you can give him both of them. So.
I mean, if we give him both, I'll give him basketball too.
Okay.
Malachi's always like higher rankings.
Okay.
And but I'll tell you someone I'm missing.
I said I know there is Isaiah Santos.
Yeah.
There is Alim Olajuwon. There's so like.
Yeah. I mean, you can pretty put any of them on there, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're almost at the closing statements in the closing of this interview. Just tell me who is Reese Alston?
Really just a basketball player that loves to play basketball and just loves to hang out with friends and family.
And then my last question. Well, it's two more before that. My last, one of the questions is, give me a person that you would want to see on the easy corner, and you got to help us get them.
Um, shoot. Trying to think of someone that's like. I mean, Almo is definitely a good person to have. He's definitely like his personality.
Yeah.
Broderick's his personality is good too.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say Broderick.
Broderick,
Yeah.
Broderick, you got to come on the show. Reese did it. Alvin did it. Now it's your turn. And then my last question: is there anything that you have to ask me?
Not really. You're doing a great job with the media and stuff.
Oh, I appreciate that,
Yeah.
man. I appreciate that. But like honestly, the easy corner is kind of nothing without guys like you guys coming on. And so like I just want to just say kind of just on behalf of the easy corner and 324 Sports, we want to say congratulations on everything that you have accomplished. We appreciate you taking your time out to kind of just come on the show. And I know that, like I just said, you got a couple of years left in the city, and you know we hope that this is not your last time coming on the show. But like what you've done for the city and kind of bringing back legitimacy to Houston basketball, I'm proud, and I know that you're one. I can say it right now, and I feel that you're one of the best players in the country. So like just keep on going, and what you
Thank you.
did with the Puma circuit, you know, go out there, defend that title.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. It's been another episode of the Easy Corner. I'm here with the baddest sophomore in the state of Texas, Second Baptist state champion, defending the Puma Circuit Championship with Coos Elite, Mr. Reese Alston.